Okay, demo part 2 of the Veggetti 2.0. Again, I'm not going to use this bit. Seems very clumsy. I'm sure it works pretty well, but for me it feels clumsy. You just stop before you get to the very end of the object you're putting into it, and don't put your fingers into there when you're turning it. Okay, so today I'm going to make a pasta dish out of these, which we call courgettes. Anyone from America calls zucchini. So first of all, I'm going to use this again. Haven't tried this yet on anything like this, so that's slim. I don't know what it's going to come out like. Just going to take the ends off, and we're going to use these for the pasta. If you want it to look more like pasta, you can actually peel the courgette so it all comes out white, or if you want that little bit of roughage and everything you get from the peel, leave it on. So we're going to leave it on because I'm a lazy tyke. So let's give it a go and see how this is going to come out. That's going to come out, that one, so we'll turn it. Let's see if we get long strands like we did from the cucumber, and it seems to be working. The thing is, if you don't want long strands, then if you can cut your zucchini or your courgette or your cucumber or anything, what you're putting through here, into smaller pieces, like say 3 or 4 inches long, and then you'll just get nice little pieces. But we're getting long strips here, we're getting shorter strips. It's a different texture to the cucumber, so it's probably going to break up a little bit. I'm just wondering how much I actually need, because I've got 2 courgettes here, which I keep wanting to call zucchini because I said it once. Now I'm getting near the end, so making sure I'm not going to put my fingers right in there. Luckily there's the little bobble you get on the end of a courgette, which is really handy for turning it. But I think we'll leave it at that. And inside again we now have a courgette pencil. Anyone that looked at the video, the first video, will understand what I'm talking about, pencil. Anyway, that's that. There's only me, so I think we'll leave that one out. I don't want to be eating this all evening. But there you go, there's the spaghetti pasta made of courgette. So what we'll do from here, I've actually made a sauce up, so I don't have to go through that. You can make what sauce you'd prefer, whether it's a light coloured one, a tomato one, whatever. But I'm going to use like a tomato spaghetti sauce with small meatballs. But we'll come back in a minute. I'll stick this into the pan, and we'll give this a little bit of a fry up, and then add the sauce and such, and see how it actually comes out, and if indeed using it on the thin setting is wise, or whether we should have actually used it on the thick, depending whether we're going to end up with a spaghetti looking courgette or whether we're going to end up with little bits. We'll see. we'll be back in a moment. We're back, and we've got the pan on, and I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil, not too much. It's a little bit more difficult now because I'm doing all this by one hand, so if you get a bit of camera shake, that's my fault. But just let that warm up a few seconds or so. We'll add in the courgette, zucchini, whatever you would prefer to call them. And now comes the trick where we're going to try not to break them up too much and leave them looking a little bit like pasta. Again, with this, depends on the individual, whether you like this sort of thing slightly firm, a little bit crunchy, or whether you like me and I like things a little bit softer. I'm not that much into the crunchy stuff. Even spaghetti, I prefer it to be a little bit on the softer side. I'm not too much into the al dente stuff. It's coming along nicely there. So we'll just give that a few more seconds or so. Okay, that's coming along pretty nice now. Better not take it any further, otherwise I think they are going to end up with mush. So what we can do now is we can either put that in the dish, add the sauce and the meatballs, or again do what I like to do, and I prefer my spaghetti and everything in the sauce of the meatballs. So just going to add the sauce and little meatballs. This sauce is made from some dried tomatoes and garlic and lots of lovely goodies, but it's one that I really like. So we'll give that just a few seconds or so to bring it back up to heat, and we'll have a look at what it looks like in the dish. Okay, pasta in the dish, the courgette pasta, and believe it or not, it's under there, it's all still stringy, and the meatballs on top and the sauce around it. And all I've got to do now is add Parmesan cheese. I'm using the fresh rather than the dried, and that's going to add a lovely bit of aroma and taste to it. So there you go, pasta as such with meatballs made with the Veggetti, and I would call it a pretty good success. Have fun.